feels empty now. The pain builds up inside. I tried so many times to imagine that you're here. Pretend you're coming back, pretend that you're still near, but it's no use now. You've moved on, but just remember this: you got a piece of my heart. So please remember me, my love. Don't ever wash away those tears we both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I remember you each day. And maybe one day you'll return with my broken heart. Another lonely day, another sleepless night. I wonder what you're feeling and who's now by your side. I wish I could have changed the way the story goes, rewrite my life with you, and whisper one more time, amore mio, ti amo. 'Cause it's not easy to move on while I'm still so lost in you. You've got a piece of my heart, so please remember me, my love. Don't ever wash away those tears we both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I remember you each day. And maybe one day you'll return with my broken heart. This heart of mine belongs to you. You're so deep inside my soul. When two hearts beat as one, don't ever let go. Baby, just remember this: so my heart. Remember my love. We both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I remember each day. One day you return with my hands someday. So please remember me, my love. Never wash away those tears we both cried. So never wash away those tears each day of my life. One day you return, you stay in my life. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
And I say, good afternoon, everybody. Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas. How are you guys? 93 days of COVID-19 quarantine. Me at home and you at home. and every day together for some fun time and some interview. I see all appearing you. We have a new way today to see you, so I can see pictures of you on your comments, which is very nice. So it's something new. I have, remember, this is filmed with an iPhone, and I have in front of me a big screen television where I can see your comments and all the things. So it's kind of fun, and I have all lights. It looks like a show, but it's like an homemade something. It's like homemade cooking, though. It's the best. You agree with me, right? Because we know how it's made with. It's made with love. It's made with me and JJ behind the camera. And today is June 18. 93 days together, as I said. I have a very special guest for you. You're gonna adore and love her. She's a dear friend of mine, Lena Prima. Yes, Prima. Yeah, the daughter of the guy himself. Yes. Louis Prima, of course. And you're gonna love her. She's a wonderful singer, wonderful person. I see all of you appearing. So it's 5 p.m. for you guys there in Chicago. No, Chicago I think is 4 p.m. New York is 5 p.m. Buonasera, quasi buonanotte per voi che ci guardate dall'Italia, vi vedo in tantissimi. And of course I want to give a special hello to my friend in Ireland and England, actually to Antonio Argentieri, my Italian friend. I never met him, but of course he's a dear friend of mine because he's been, and of yours, because he's been part of the Circle of Love for 93 days. And I just saw this morning this beautiful interview you did yesterday for something in Italian, or with an Italian presenter, Miss Malizia, and he was supposed to talk about himself. He's a very amazing pastry chef, and he's been spending 20 minutes talking about following Giada Valenti for 90 and plus days and everything I do. So grazie Antonio, sei stato veramente gentile di avermi riportata per qualche minuto in Italia, sei veramente meraviglioso. Mi ricorda che uno di questi giorni devi essere anche tu mio ospite. Antonio, a lot of my viewers are in different business, and Antonio is a very successful pastry chef, and I mean very successful. He's been doing big events, cooking for the festival of Sanremo in Italy. I've heard your interview today, so I think you should be my guest one of these days. But for the moment, thank you so very much, and good morning to all the friends that are watching from Australia. It's either 5 in the morning or 7 in the morning, which for me will be the time when I go to bed normally. Not now, no more COVID-19, because I stay up late at night preparing for the Giada Live. But normally I'm a night person, and I will go to bed that time. I have a big news that I announced yesterday, the concert of June 26th. You guys can buy the ticket, and you're gonna have 24 hours to watch the show, which means no excuse not to book both tickets, because you can buy even the one at noon and the one at 6, and then you can watch it in the 24 hours after that. And I know many of you did it, so please keep buying tickets, buy tickets, and say all your neighbors and everybody. I had on the line this morning Diane Fiorentino, who had surgery, by the way, but she's home safe and sound, and she said that she told everybody to tell 10 neighbors and tell friends. So thank you for reminding me that. So please tell friends, 10 friends and 10 neighbors about the concert. You, Antonio, l'hai detto a tutta l'Italia, quindi ti ringrazio. Antonio told the whole Italy, so thank you for that. Now, my guest today, because we're going to do the birthday at the event thanks to Doug Hartling at the end of the program, because I don't want my superstar guest to stay there and wait for us. So my guest today is Lena Prima. Well, she's an award-winning singer and the youngest daughter of the icon of New Orleans, of course, Louis Prima. And before I tell more about her, I brag about she's the daughter, of course, of Louis Prima and Gia Maione. But before of that, let me play a little clip. So if you're not familiar with her, you're going to fall in love instantly. Let's play a little clip.
I got some good news, honey. An invitation to the Strutters Ball.
Hi, I'm Lena Prima. I'm working on a really great project. It's a big band album of Italian heritage music that was recorded by my father, the great Louis Prima.
Bene a pigliare come shakeredo. Domani sera alle 8 men's.
I'm really excited about this album because it's the music that Italian Americans grew up with back in the 40s and carried on throughout generations. They play this music in their family homes and when they're having their Sunday dinners, and these are just beloved songs.
When they play the lasagna blues. Tomorrow night at the Darktown Strutters Ball.
I can't can't wait for everyone to hear this music, and I know my dad would be really proud of this album.
Tell, don't mind to sit on a block of party ball. Tomorrow night at the Darktown Strutters Ball.
That's a beautiful album. It's called La Familia. We will be talking about it. I really love it, man. Every time I travel, I always have it in my car and I put it on and I sing along. It's so beautiful. We will be talking about because it's very precious for Lena, this album. But let me tell you something more. So if you're not familiar with her, she was born here in Las Vegas. I see a lot of Vegas people, and spent much of her childhood on her father's hometown, New Orleans, where she is calling in today from. And she also performed regularly. She has 6 albums on her credit, and she's produced by the Basin Street Records. And La Familia, this record was topped the Billboard Jazz album charts we will be talking about. It was a great accomplishment for Lena. On stage, she's like a ray of sunshine and joy. That's what I say every time I see her. I get so happy. From jumping and swing to the soft, beautiful ballads, Lena is always plays a loving homage to her Italian heritage, yes, and the music and the roots, and of course her father, the King Louis Prima, as everybody call him in the world. Together with a renowned 6-piece band, the New Orleans Hot Six, Lena will get you on your feet and make you dance, and she always does. She was actually in Las Vegas last year, and we were all dancing. With over 4,000 performances throughout her career, Lena's shows has grown and has evolved, but always contain a loving tribute to Louis Prima, her daddy. Can you imagine to call Louis Prima your dad? We will be talking about that. Lena moved back to New Orleans in 2011 and began a residency at the beautiful Hotel Monteleone in the French Quarter, where I think also her daddy played. During this year, she has recorded 4th, 5th, and 6th albums and found time to sing with the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra, perform at the Gretna Fest, Voodoo Feast, the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, and French Quarter Feast, as well as traveling around the country to perform at jazz festival, jazz clubs, showrooms, and performing arts centers. As I said, she was also here in Las Vegas. She comes regularly, actually, at the Smith's Center, which is closed now, but hopefully will reopen soon. So to me, she is a dear friend. She's one of the sweetest person I know, beautiful inside and out, and I'm so happy, beyond happy, to have her here with me, and I know you guys are excited too. So Lena, are you there?
I am here.
There you are. How are you, my beautiful girlfriend?
I'm doing great. Oh my God. Let me just thank you for doing this right now, because what you're doing is wonderful, and you're such you're such an amazing and talented person, but this is such a love-filled thing to do. And especially for me right now, you just made my whole week.
Yeah, it's nice because we get to put hair and makeup, right? And we get to see each other. And
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so I see you have New Orleans on the back. That's where you are, right now?
Yeah, I thought this would be a nice background to have the French Quarter in New Orleans for my virtual background, since I'm here anyway, since I live here.
So let me start from the beginning. I mean, I know many people are wondering, of course, you're the daughter of a legend and your mother was an amazing singer herself, but can you tell us, like, we didn't know you, how was the little Lena Prima as a little girl? Where did you grow up, Las Vegas or New Orleans? How was your life with your daddy and your mom? Famous, both of them.
It was really, I think back on it, and it was so magical that it almost feels like a dream. Like didn't really happen, because my dad was such a magical character. He was funny and sparkling and charismatic, and the way he was on stage and in his music, which is so much happiness and love and joy, he was like that for real. Like,
wow.
So it was like having a big cartoon character for a dad. We loved being around him, and my mom was beautiful and sang beautiful. So it felt like I had movie stars for parents. It was like a real magic, dreamland for me as a little girl.
Yeah, because actually, JJ will show also some pictures while we talk about it. You actually, you got to perform. Your dad died when you were very young, 11, yeah. I think, right, unfortunately. But yeah. You started to perform with him as a little girl. Do you remember the first time you went on the stage with him? How was it?
I absolutely remember it really clearly. And I remember what I was wearing, which is so funny. It's such a girly thing to do to remember what you were wearing. But I remember this little sailor dress I had on and my little white stockings. And my only song I knew, I'm like 5 there, I think. And the only song I knew was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And it wasn't Christmas, so I actually felt embarrassed about singing it. But someone years later, I mean, in around 2006, sent me an envelope with these photos from that night, and there I was in that sailor dress, and I thought, how funny that I remembered my outfit.
Wow, which color was it, Lena?
Navy blue and red and white, you know, real sailor.
Very, very elegant. And how was it to receive the applause? That's what made you fall in love with the business?
Yeah, I remember the spotlight being in my eyes and just seeing everyone's smiling, happy faces, and yeah, it was that feeling. It was a great feeling, and I felt pretty comfortable up there in that spot.
Yeah, because I mean, your mother, of course, she took the place of Kaylee Smith, and your daddy, of course, has a good eye for women because he ended up marrying her, right? And there's your family dinner. Can you tell us about that picture? What is that, Lena?
That picture is at my father's home, which was in Covington, Louisiana, which is across Lake Pontchartrain from New Orleans. He had a home and a golf course there. Earlier years, it was actually a horse farm. It was a farm, and there was a motel, but there was a house there. So we did live there. You know, we moved back and forth my whole childhood. So that was at a point when we were living in that house, and that is our little breakfast area in that house.
That's so special. But I mean, you're an amazing singer. You know, I'm a big fan of your voice. The tone of your voice is warm. Like, on the other hand, your personality has. But I mean, your father, of course, didn't have the same because unfortunately he died when you were too young to make that decision. But I know your mom was not really one of those show business mom that pushed you into the business, right? Am I right?
Yes, you're correct. Unfortunately, I did not have her support for me being in the music business, and it made our relationship extremely difficult throughout my entire life. And that I didn't really have another family member, like an aunt or anybody that was helping me or supporting me in that way. So I've really just been on my own with it my whole life.
Well, not anymore, because we all love you and we all are there to cheer you. So let's look at that. I found so many beautiful pictures, because what I love about you, Lena, you are creative musically, because music is really something, I think, just like for me, that fills your souls and gives you life. But you're also very creative with your hands. Is that a jacket? JJ, can you put back the picture? Did you make those jackets, all this tribute to your daddy, or somebody else made them for you?
I did make it. I actually drew the picture of my father as well in charcoal with acrylics in the background. And then a friend of mine, Mark Vranish from Las Vegas, who's an incredible artist, he put it on fabric for me. He put my artwork on fabric. And then I was able to sew it onto the jacket, and I sewed some other flowers and painted around it, and just a real fun, creative project. I was paying tribute to my dad at the Jazz and Heritage Festival when I wore it.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. And of course, I'm wearing them. We're going to be talking in a second. I told you, I've been bragging about you for a couple of days. So can you tell us the story about this beautiful bracelet that you make, that they're called pennies from heaven, right? One of the son of your dad.
Yes, it is called that. And it's funny because I just mentioned my friend Mark Vranish, the artist. He's the one that convinced me to start making jewelry. And I had been telling the story about when I was a little girl, my dad sang Pennies from Heaven to me, and I started telling that story on stage, and then people were coming up to me and saying they had similar stories about family members, dear family members who had passed, and they were finding pennies. And I thought, gosh, that would be a really nice thing to have as a little bracelet with a tiny penny, just as a reminder of that, you know, people that felt close to that kind of story. So I started making them in 2006, and just I make them and myself, everyone by hand, and I sell them at shows or online.
Yeah, and this morning I was going through, because I do have 3 of them. They're all being present. I mean, Lena, you're always so generous, and I consider them as an honor. They bring good luck, because each and every one of them has a meaning, right? I mean,
yes, I was, you know, as a kid growing up in the Las Vegas and in the desert, I was really interested in rock collecting, and I loved the little gemstone rocks and things. And so it was just something I've always been interested in, is the meaning of the stones and just the prettiness of each different stone and color. So I put that into it as well, so that each bracelet has a title, a special title, and a special meaning.
Yeah. So, and guys, I know many people are saying, yeah, you can buy them, but I saw that many of them are sold out. So, can people still buy them? I mean, do they have to pay in advance and then you can make them, right? If I understood well, that's the thrill.
You're reminding me of everything right now. It's like this pandemic happened, and I've forgotten about everything.
I know, because I went there and out of stock. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sure there are people requesting them. So guys, if you want to order the thing, go through the website. It's with out of stock, and you can make them sooner or later, right? They can buy them, pay it, and then you make them.
There's actually a way to email me on the website and let me know if you're interested, and I'll make them for you, and I'll get some back up there now that you have reminded me. Oh yeah, I make bracelets.
That's what friends are for, right? Like the song, Lena. Well, let's so this is also, guys, something you can buy. And by the way, this is a pandemic situation. We're all out of work, so actually, Lena, you have a lot of time to make them now. You're not touring around, so come on, girl. Guys, you ordered the bracelet, and Lena will be home soon making them for you, like tons of them. And actually, they're very fun. Every time I get compliments. And they're very meaningful because of the Lena penny and the meaning. So thank you, Lena. Guys, you ordered a bracelet, and Lena, it's time to make them. Yeah.
I will. Thank you, Giada.
Of course. But listen, you are in New Orleans. How is New Orleans right now? Everything is closed like Vegas? I mean...
Yeah, it's very slow reopening here, which I'm trying not to think about it right now, because it looks like, for live music, they're making the restrictions. It's pretty strict, and actually, I don't see how it would work, because the venues here are quite small, and there's really no possible way to be 6 feet apart on stage, especially in a band of my size.
Yeah, because you always perform with a big band, right?
Yeah, well, 6 pieces. So, and we are always on a small stage. So I don't even know what to say about it. I just hope that people pay attention to what we're supposed to be doing to try to get this thing over with, and so that we can actually have live music again and go see shows and concerts and have festivals and things. I was able to do a live stream with my band, and the venue is called the Rock and Bowl, Mid-City Lanes Rock and Bowl here, and they have a fantastic setup there, the stage and the crew, and it really sounded amazing. I was quite pleased and surprised about that. So I do have that posted on my website. And also there's a donate button there so that people can tip the band, because it's greatly appreciated right now. And you can watch the entire concert. My website's lenaprima.com.
Perfect. So lenaprima.com, guys, and you can watch the concert. Are you planning to do more of this live streaming? Of course, depends how many tickets and donation you get, right? We're always depending of the fans.
Yeah, that part's difficult, because you're going into the unknown. So I would love to do it again at that venue, which will probably happen maybe sometime towards the end of July, I'm thinking. Yeah. In the meantime, I think what you're doing actually is going to be quite amazing. I'm definitely going to buy a ticket to that.
My performance, I do it together with Daniel Emmett. Do you know Daniel Emmett?
I don't.
Daniel Emmett he's a dear friend of mine. He's a young singer. He was one of the finalists of America Got Talent. There it is. It's called Close to You. He has a tenor voice, but he can sing very soft. So we decided to do it together because, as you said, it's a pandemic situation. So the budgets are very low. So we decided to split the risk, because still there are costs for musicians, locations. So and so far, I might say my circle of love, the fans, which today are gonna fall in love with you too, have been very generous. So finger crossed.
Awesome. And it's also, I gotta say, it's a really smart idea. Because in my opinion, when you're doing a live stream, people don't want to click out of the live stream because they like having the feeling that they're live with you. They don't want to click out of it and go tip the band at that time. So it's kind of like, if you remember to do it at the end, this way people can do this in advance.
Yes.
And then it's all a done deal. Then you can sit and enjoy the live experience. So I think that's a really smart idea. I saw that Lorna Luft, who is also an amazing singer, is doing a similar thing.
Yeah, we kept the amount of money low to $25 because I mean we are out of our business, but many people are struggling with money. So and still, Lena, music is something that everybody wants to have because we all
Yeah.
need music. I listen music more than ever myself. So your CD is always in my car, which reminds you, people can still buy your CD on Amazon, iTunes, where everywhere.
Yeah, and really it'd be greatly appreciated if you would go to BasinStreetRecords.com because they are a New Orleans-based business, and they have the CDs and the vinyl as well as available digitally. So please go to BasinStreetRecords.com if you do not already have Prima La Familia, and it would be great if you'd purchase from them.
Now, Lena, you know, I adore the city, and I don't say it just because you're my friends. I want to look. By the way, this year the new album Prima La Familia made a hot shot debut at the Billboard Jazz Album Chart at number 10. There must have been like because it came out and 1 week later you were number 10 in the Billboard Jazz charts, right?
Yeah, that was quite amazing, and it's a day I'll never forget.
And you're there with the pictures of our favorite Michael Bublé. That's kind of special. Look at you. Do you?
Really?
And there is Lena, number 10.
I know. Look at the rest of the list too. I was like, woohoo!
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was looking this morning at the list. I was like, that's quite remarkable. But nevertheless, you know, I know you put a lot of heart and soul and in this record, but it really is a magnificent record. I want to play a little clip of one of my favorite songs, and then I want you to tell me which kind of memory brings back to you this song. Let's play this little clip, ladies and gentlemen, from La.
Pensate, amore.
Hi, I'm Lena Prima, and this is Pensate Amore from my album Prima La Familia. Pensate Amore was written by Doug Goodwin, who also wrote songs for Hanna-Barbera cartoons such as Yogi Bear, the Pink Panther, and the Flintstones. This song actually comes from the 1966 movie A Man Called Flintstone. My father, the great Louis Prima, sang this song in the movie, but the song is not on the soundtrack. The message of the song is simple and perfect. Pensate amore, think love.
Think love, think love, think
I see that you get teary in eyes when you think about this. I mean, we're good friends. So can you tell me what this album meant to you and this specific song, which kind of memory brought back to you?
I was, when I was thinking of picking songs for the album, I had this memory of my hearing my father sing in a Flintstone movie when I was really little, and I went running to my mom and I was, Mommy, that's Daddy. He's Fred Flintstone. And she said I was mistaken, but by the time I dragged her in there, it was over. So she just thought I was mistaken. And I thought, gosh, we have Google now. Let me find out if I was mistaken. So I Googled, and sure enough, he sang this beautiful song. And for me to find out that it was an Italian song and a beautiful ballad, because I had no recollection of what the song was at all, it just felt like a special gift from him to me at that moment. I just felt really, it was just a magical moment for me. And also the meaning of the song, Think Love, basically stay in the moment is really what that song is saying. Don't think about the past or the future. Look at the beautiful moon right now and think about love. I just thought that is really what my dad was all about. So it was a special dedication for him to record that and put it on the album. And everyone loves the song. As simple as it is, it really is a favorite of people who do have the album.
Yeah, I've never heard it, and I remember I was driving actually from Las Vegas back to LA. I was living in LA, and when you gave me the CD, we met in Las Vegas at the Dennis Bono, you gave me the CD, and I remember listening to the song. I didn't even know the story behind. I was like, this is so beautiful, and your voice sounds so beautiful. I think your father would be like, is super thrilled in heaven, said, so proud of you. So I'm pretty sure, and I like the fact that you are a believer like me, and you think that there is these connections with the other world. And I think this is the message that your father gave to you to discover the song. He was
Yeah.
the voice in that Fred Flintstone. You were right.
I was right. Yep, I recognized my dad's voice, that's for sure. And let me just say, thank you, Giada, because this is all a big compliment coming from you.
Oh, you know, I'm your biggest fan. I know you are my biggest fan, but I'm your biggest fan too. I love you. And we keep saying that we have to do stuff together. We will one day. When this is
will.
over, that's you and actually, I was at the show. That was at the Mid Center. One of the last show, right? Was that one?
Yes,
What a night it was that. Was that you sang all the songs from La Familia, I think.
I did, and the band was incredible. I had the big band, all Las Vegas musicians, with the exception of Larry Seaberth, who actually did all the arranging and orchestrations for the album. So that was a great experience.
Look
to
at
be able
us.
to perform
Me
it
and
live.
Kelly
I know, I
Clinton
love that.
Holmes with the Queen. Your father was the king, so you must be the Queen. The Queen Prima. That was after your show. I mean, let's talk right away about Kelly Clinton Holmes. I mean, dear friend of mine, but dear friend of yours. You girls grew up together, right?
We did. We met each other in high school after my father passed away here in New Orleans. We moved back to Las Vegas, so I started school at Clark High School in Las Vegas, and that's where I graduated in 10th grade. Kind of came in halfway through 10th grade, and Kelly and I met each other, and we kind of met each other through music and dancing, and we used to get together after school and choreograph these kind of street dances with a couple of guy friends of ours that we were our dancing partners, and that's kind of how we communicated with each other in the beginning, and we've been friends since we were 15.
And by the way, guys, if you are in Las Vegas, you have seen Kelly Clinton and Lena Prima when Kelly is hosting something, and when you girls are together, you are hilarious. And talking of which, you and Kelly reunited during this COVID-19, and you do something that is very entertaining. You in New Orleans and Kelly here in Las Vegas. That is called Coffee with Lena and Kelly.
Yeah, coffee time with
Coffee
Lena
time.
and Kelly, and we are having a ball. You know, she is so incredibly talented and funny, and just for me to get to have coffee with her 3 times a week and have fun and laugh is so great. So we hope people are enjoying the show, and we're on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, Coffee Time with Lena and Kelly. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I was not clear for me yet. When are you girls live on? I mean, when can people see at a different time of the day, or you have a day, specific time?
I'm posting them early morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then people can watch them at any time. And all episodes are on our Facebook page.
And you girls are having tons of fun, and me also watching every time. You correct me. I love when Kelly said, "And we have a special guest today," and then she just leave the stage, and she is. I love the episode when she was the Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. She was.
Yeah, they're all funny. They all make me laugh. She's so talented.
You know what cracked me up most of the time? Your face. You're like, I can't believe she's doing that. Your face is just like, I can't believe it. She's crazy. So, guys, you have to watch Coffee Time with Lena and Kelly. So you're going to have a laugh. And you go 3 times a week, they can see the show, right? At their
Yes,
home time and thing. So, guys, you have to see absolutely that. Well, my father's name is Luigi. And you have a song in your album that every time cracks me up. And the woman in the song is Felicia, which is the sister of Monica Mancini, the daughter of Henry Mancini. So I sent a song to her a while back because I said, you have to play this song to Felicia. Can you tell us about the song Felicia Non Capisce? You guys, you have to go on YouTube and find the song and download it. Was it your dad's song?
He didn't write the song, but the song was a hit for him in the 40s during the big band era, which is, you know, most of the songs on the album are from that time when my dad was actually quite a hero to Italian Americans, because that was a time when, you know, people were afraid and people were not too confident about being Italian at that time. And he recorded all these songs in Italian, said Italian words on stage, just made Italian Americans feel proud to be Italian again. So this song does come from that same time period, and he recorded different versions of it, and there's lots of different verses, and I thought they were all funny, so I put them all in this one arrangement of the song, because it's just a crack up of an Italian guy, you know, trying to woo this girl. It's just so typical Italian guy.
JJ is behind the camera laughing because every time Felicia Non Capisce, I think it's number 2 on the CD, and every time when the song starts, we put it loud while we're driving, like, here it is, Felicia Non Capisce. We love it. So, guys, if you want to have a good time, you have to buy Da Famiglia, and you're going to cracken up when you hear Felicia Non Capisce, which means Felicia doesn't understand, right?
Yeah, she doesn't want to know nothing about it.
But she understands. You will understand in the end of the song. She's kind of a smart girl, actually, Felicia.
Yeah, she's pretending.
Yeah. Diciamo, ha le orecchie per sentire quello che vuole, we say in Italy. She has ears to hear whatever she wants to hear. The rest, she's completely deaf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There is another song that is one of my favorite, also because I know it's special to you. Your mom and dad sang it together, right? The title is See That You Are Born Italian.
Yes. Yes, the song was actually written for them, and they recorded it as a single, and it was very 60s kind of, you know, that kind of dancing kind of thing. It had that kind of beat to it. And they performed it on the Steve Lawrence show. They sang it as like a 4-person, you know, they all traded verses with Connie Francis.
Oh, cool.
So my mom and dad were on there singing it with them, and so I got to, you know, I saw that live performance too, and we kind of made an arrangement that was more big band sounding, more swing, that would, you know, kind of be, you know, consistent with the rest of the songs on the album. But I thought it was kind of like an anthem, you know.
You know, I was just, yesterday when I was preparing for this interview, I was just imagining that, I mean, for us, Louis Prima is like a legend, but for you, your dad is your dad. So when you see all this outpouring of love wherever you go, and you mention who you are, they adore your father. What do you think? What does it do to you? What do you think your father would think that after so many years we still adore him? I'm just a gigolo. I mean, actually, it's the song that I made JJ sing to me when I didn't want it to. I wanted to make him do something stupid. I made him go on stage, and I said, "If you really like me, you come on stage and you sing 'I'm just a gigolo,'" and he did. And I didn't know it. I didn't know you. I didn't. So before we were married, funny enough, was a song of your dad. I'm just. So what does he do to you, being the daughter of such a legend? I mean, I would be so proud of. I'm proud of my father, but I mean, your father is.
Absolutely, I'm incredibly proud, and I also feel a responsibility to perpetuate the legacy, his legacy, and what he stood for as a musician and as a human being. And he was very much a warm and love-filled person who he liked to help other people, but he was also a pure, you know, musician first. And he was very extremely talented, very underrated trumpet player. And his singing style too. He never considered himself to have a great voice. He wished he could sing like Bing Crosby, but he sure had a unique voice. No one can really impersonate that voice and his scatting and his humor. And I don't know, I do. I feel proud, and I also feel like it's important, especially living in New Orleans, to play this music, but teach other people, hey, this guy was born and raised in New Orleans, and he made this music, and you recognize it from that Marvelous Mrs. Maisel you just heard it on, or whatever show.
Yes, I love that show. It's true. Yeah, I love the show. Yeah. So, I think I found it on the internet, but your father was Italian, and so was your mom, Gia Maione, right? But do you know which part of Italy, and have you ever been there to see where your family?
No, I have not. Yeah, my father's family, there was quite a large Sicilian immigration to New Orleans in the 1800s, and his mother was a baby. They came from Sicily. She came from a little island called Ustica, which is off Palermo. And his father, I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe he was born in New Orleans, but his father came from Sala Peruta, Sicily. And that's actually the same exact town that Nick LaRocca's family. Nick LaRocca was a very famous Italian jazz musician here in New Orleans. They came from the same town, which I thought was quite interesting. Wow. The Prima family and the LaRocca family. So there's a lot of Sicilian history here in New Orleans, and it's quite amazing.
I didn't know. And was your mom Italian too?
Yes, her parents came from northern Italy.
Oh, like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
yeah.
see, we are sisters from different parents, but me and you were sisters. Who
Yeah,
knows?
my mom was born in New Jersey, so they all were Ellis Island. Her side.
Alessandro, true, yeah. And
Yeah.
you have never been you have been to Italy? You've never been to Italy, Lena?
I've been to Italy one time, and that was last year to perform at a wedding. And we went to Florence, so I got to go to Florence.
Yeah, now I ask all my guests the same question. It doesn't matter how famous they are. Many of them have never been to Italy. So I keep saying, when this is over, Lena, we are going to take an airplane. We're going to Italy, and the punchline is we're never coming back because we're going to like it there so much. So you're part of the family. So you come with it. And it would be nice actually to take you to the place in Sicily. I mean, you know, I'm sure you're going to feel like you belong. When you went to Italy for the first time last year, did you feel any connection with the country? Did you like it? Did you had any special?
I did like it, and it was exciting to me to be able to go. And I talked to as many people as I could, and just was absorbing the whole feeling of the people there. And they said buonasera, and I'm like, oh, I'm saying it wrong.
It's buonasera.
I say buonasera, but they said it different there in Florence for some reason.
Oh.
And then I noticed they had a little thing I was hearing where they'd go, ciao, ciao, ciao.
Well, in Florence, by the way, where Italian originated, they don't have the C sound, so everything is haza, hoha, hola. So it's not a good reference for you, so probably they messed up with your brain, because buonasera is the way to say buonasera, good evening.
Okay, good. So I was saying it right.
You are saying it right. I saw that you said buonasera, because that's a Neapolitan kind of thing, but you said it properly, buonasera.
Okay. So now what about this thing? Like, I was hearing people on their phones, and they were saying goodbye, and they were going, ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Yeah, it's probably like a slang of things they do, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
We say ciao. Ciao is enough. Ciao, ciao.
It had
Ciao,
rhythm.
ciao. We double it sometimes if you are in a hurry. Okay, ciao, ciao. Like, you know, like ciao is not enough. But so you
little ciao.
ciao. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's, you know, and you know, Italian, they try to mess up with their languages. There is actually a discussion also, because you know the song "Tu vuoi fare l'americano," you want to be an American. Actually, it's been in the last couple of maybe 20 years something that the Italian is like they're not proud anymore of their being Italian. They all want to be American. So, which is funny because when I came to America, I found out that you guys that have a little Italian heritage are so proud of it, more proud than we are of ourselves. So I'm always thanks people like you and your dad that I mean never forgot where you guys are from. So made me proud again of being Italian. So you see.
Well, he taught me that, and he made sure to make a point of it to me as a little girl, to be proud of my name and be proud of being Italian. And it was something that was really important to him.
No, we're very grateful for that. And you're one of the kindest person I know. You're sometimes kind of insecure about yourself, so we have to remind you that you're great, that you're beautiful and everything.
Thank you.
We do it all the time, me, Kelly, we all do, because we love you, we adore you. Who do you think was a role model for you in your life? You told me that your mother was a little bit against the music and the whole things, but who had, I mean, how much time were you really able to spend with your dad, being him such a superstar?
I mean, I was 11 when he was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he had the operation. It was unsuccessful, so he was in a coma for 3 years following that. So I was only 11. But at that point in his life, when he was married to my mom, he was more in one place. You know, he wasn't traveling a lot. And when he did travel in the summer, especially, we would all go with him. He never flew. He was afraid to fly, so he had a motor. We would travel on the road, and that experience of traveling on the road, you know, and going to all his gigs, and it was such a great experience and gave me that wanderlust feeling that I still have in my life, and I love traveling. It's got to be because of that, you know, and so I was lucky enough to be able to spend a lot of time with him and get to know him and who he was as a guy, you know, even as a little kid. I was just mesmerized by him, and I paid a lot of attention to him.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad that you because I was reading this morning. I never realized that your daddy died when you were that little. So I was
Yeah.
just like, I would be crushed if I didn't have to spend much. But still, you had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with your father, the legend. And then, Lena, I mean, you can find. This morning I was watching all these videos of your dad. I mean, you can find so much about your dad. It must be special for you that you can see so much of him. I mean,
It's great. It's great that that there's so much video footage of him and get to watch him. That's incredible. And I have one special interview that he gave to the BBC. I think it was in the 70s, actually, like 1973. So, when he was my dad. So
Yeah.
I listen to that quite often, actually, just to hear him talk and hear his voice and hear him clear his throat and tell his story and what it meant to him growing up in New Orleans and to be a musician. And he used the phrase that it's all about love so many times during this interview. And it's just great to hear him say that and to know that I was right about him, about how I viewed him when I was a child. I watched how he treated people and how he made people feel special. Anybody that we would walk into a hotel and there would be a guy sweeping the carpet, or you know what I mean, back, and he would go up to him. He knew his name. He would give him put a little money in his hand, and amazing that he took the time to know people's names and treat people special.
but now I know for sure then that you're coming from him. He's the DNA of your daddy because you are identical like him. Everything is about love. One question, there is always one question, Lena, about food. Me and you, we never talk about food because if we are together, we go to restaurants. You have a son in the city. Come on to my house. Come on to my house. Rosemary Clooney. And this is about this sexy woman cooking. How are you as a chef? Do you cook?
I love to cook. And now, especially since the pandemic, I mean, you can kind of see my face is kind of...
Oh, we're all getting round. They said, oh, you look younger. I said, no, it's not the younger. It's just that I'm getting fuller.
I do like to cook. I love every part of it. I love the chopping. I like it when you're sauteing things like mushrooms and onions and garlic and how it smells and the aromas that come. I love the whole process.
That's good. You're married to Tim. Tim is a musician. So you guys met performing, right? Is the love of your life. And you've been together how long, you and Tim together?
Since 2002.
Look at that. Newlyweds. So did you met performing?
Yes. Actually, through Kelly, through my pal. She was started doing a guest spot with what was called John Earl and the Boogeyman Band, which Tim was the bass player, band leader for. And they were going to do these weekends at this casino and have guests. And I had started out my career as a rock singer, so I thought, she called me, and I was in Chicago. I was doing a gig, and she said, you want to do this? I thought, oh, God, it'll be so fun. I'll get to sing some rock and roll songs, and that'll be really fun. So when we went to the rehearsal for my weekend, Kelly was there, and we were rehearsing my songs. And afterwards, she said, well, I've never seen Tim act like that. He jumped up. He was dancing. He was smiling. And I was like, really? So I started looking at Tim, and we were, I was flirting with him. And then we realized we had met each other 10 years prior.
10 years earlier.
Yeah, so we have this incredible story. But yeah, I knew he was the one, but it took a long time to convince him. He was playing hard to get.
Oh, well, now you are playing. I mean, you are his princess, because every time I see you, he adores you, and we hold you. Time fly with you. But you know what? I got to know you a little bit better, and I see a lot of comments of people. Of course, guys, so two important things. Buy the CD La Familia, because actually you also have the big long playing, the whole fashioned album, right? Which I love that you did that.
Yes, we did just a limited run of the vinyl, absolutely. And please go to BasonStreetRecords.com to purchase the album, CDs, also digital vinyl.
You guys are gonna love it. I promise you. It's one of my favorite things. I have two favorite albums to play in my car, and it's you, and the other one is Clint Holmes' Rendezvous. Somehow
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this Suhab. So it's always a go between you and Clint. I switch them
That's-
between the two. So guys, you're gonna love it. And buy the bracelet. Lena has time to make them, so she will make the bracelet for you. And go and read the story if you go on lenaprimajewelry.com, because it's a nice story that she just said about the pennies from heaven, how they come from his father. Lena, I love you. It's in sign language, which I'm doing every day. This is the sign for I love you. And I really do love you. Yeah, it's now put this finger up.
There we
Yes,
go.
that's it. I love. Yeah, you have the green screen, so it disappear. Put it in front
There
of
we
you.
go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
I love you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and all of us. You can read also on my YouTube all the comments, and we cannot answer, but or in the Facebook. And
Yeah. Hi to everyone. Hi.
Lena loves you. We love you, Lena, and I cannot wait to see you and embrace you for real. Hopefully, very very soon.
I love you too. Thank you so much for having me on today, Giada. You're awesome.
So are you, and I love you, and I'm gonna be seeing you soon. And thank you again, and give my love to Tim too.
I will.
Ciao bella, a presto.
Ah. Buonasera.
Buonasera. She said it properly. Did you adore Lena Prima? It's the sweetest things on earth. I tell you, I get to meet so many people, and then I met Lena Prima. She's loving everything she does, in everything she touches, in everything she makes. Music, bracelets, food probably with her. She cooks for team. So Lena, we love you. And I see a lot of wonderful comments. So guys, please make sure that you buy the CD. La Familia is a great album. Actually, it's made with love, and it's beautiful. And the songs are, they go from very touching balance to, of course, the sounds of it is Daddy that puts you on your feet and you dance. And Felicia non capisce, you're gonna love it. Listen to the lyrics. Every time I listen, and my daddy's name is Luigi, so I played it and then translated to him, and we were laughing about it. So thank you to my dear friends Lena Prima for being with us and all of you. And now I am going to read to you the event and the birthday of the day, thanks to our dear friend Doug Artlane. And I see there's some funny, not Gabriel Zamuldo, get out of our chat because we don't want people like you. Somebody wrote something not we don't like. We don't like the kind of sexual things. So please, Gabriel Zamudio, whatever your name is, get out. What is Twitch or Periscope, JJ? It's something we don't like people like you, so get out of there. YouTube. So this Gabriel, get out of our YouTube. We don't like that kind of things. I see Salma there, and I see a lot of people I love. So let's go to the birthday and events of the day. June 18, today is Thursday, and Doug, of course, does all these things for us. He said this is a big day for the accomplishment of women, but we start first with Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia, so let's see what happened today in Philadelphia. In 1682, William Penn founds Philadelphia, our beloved Philadelphia. There he is. It's a town that is renowned for its history, for a lot of history in the United States, the Liberty Bell, the Independence Hall, its amazing food, I can say that, and so many firsts in the United States. The Italian Market is America's oldest outdoor market. The Walnut Street Theater is the oldest countessly operated theater. The Jewelers Row is the nation's first diamond district and is where Doug bought Susie her first silver wedding ring. How great is that in Philadelphia? And he also has the first mint in the United States, which is still operating, the first hot air balloon lounge, we talked about it a couple of days ago, and still operating, the first and also the first hospital where the Girl Scout also first launched the commercial produced cookie sales. I love the Boy Scout girls and the Boy Scout and girls. And there's also so many more. Of course, there's also where Rocky was filmed, which has a special place in the heart of Doug, since it's the movie that he and Susie, married for so many years, they went to see on their first date on February 26, 1977. I love Philadelphia as a special place in my heart too, Doug, because I have many, many friends. And of course, I do a lot of performances in Philadelphia. So, hello, Philadelphia people. Today in history, 1873, Susan B. Anthony was fined $100 for voting for the United States president. She was playing a pivotal role in the women's suffrage movement to win women's the right to vote, and on her 80th birthday, there she is, was invited to celebrate it at the White House. How times has changed, Doug is saying by then. In 1979, actually, she also became the first woman to ever be featured on the United States coin, where a portrait appeared on the $1 coins. And I think JJ just showed the pictures. Today, in 1892, the macadamia nuts, one of my favorites, were first planted in Hawaii. While I always think of chocolate-covered macadamia, Doug is saying, there's the field of macadamia nuts, when I think of Hawaii, this would later play a key role in the life also of one of the guests that we had a couple of weeks ago, Katie Garver, when she invented a gourmet sissy candy bar, which is for sale today. There is Doug with Katie Garver, who was our guest a couple of weeks ago. Katie used them as a key ingredient in this candy bar that apparently are delicious. I have to see if we can find them, along with dark chocolate and Rice Krispie and a hint of salted caramel. Sounds delicious. Too bad I didn't talk with Katie about it. So, macadamia nuts today. They were first planted in Hawaii. And in 1928, American aviator Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, landing in Bury Port, Wales. And last events of the days, in 1983, Sally Ride becomes the first USA woman in space when she flies on the 7th shuttle mission in Challenger 2. There she is. How amazing is that? Birthday of the day. Today is June 18. I keep saying July somehow. It's June 18. So let's start with some early Italians' birthday. So 1466, Ottaviano Petrucci. Ottaviano Petrucci, Italian printer, was born in Fossombrone and passed away in Venice. I know he died in Venice. He learned the art of printing and created one of the earliest examples of printed music ever known. There is on the picture. He petitioned the Doge for the exclusive right to print music for a period of 20 years. Thank God he did it. And today, also in 1511, Bartolomeo Ammanati, Italian sculptor and architect, was born in Settignano, Italy. He is known more as an architect than a sculptor and designed the Fountain of Neptune. We're going to have some pictures in the Piazza della Signoria in the center of Florence. JJ will show to you in a moment. He also built the Biblioteca Marciana, the Library of St. Mark in Venice. There she is. And also the garden entrance of the Ammanati Count Yard at the Pitti Palace in Florence. All things that hopefully we're going to be seeing next year when we're going all together to Italy. I always say so. I hope you're going to join me next year for the trip to Italy. Now we fast forward to America, where it is a big day for music. Today, in 1896, Philip Barry, American dramatist, was born in Rochester, New York. Many friends in Rochester. He wrote the play Philadelphia Story, which was made by Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant, and Katharine Hepburn, and later as High Society with Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and Grace Kelly. And Doug is saying that High Society, of course, was a song in it called True Love that Doug hopes to make for me to sing one day. I will check it out, Doug, for sure. 1903, Jeanette MacDonald, American actress and operatic singer, was born in Philadelphia. There we go. She will best remember for her musical films of the 30s and the 40s. And she starred in 29 movies, Doug is saying. 4 were nominated for Best Pictures, and she earned 3 Golden Globes. The poster of her film with Claire Gable hung on my room when I was in high school. That's what Doug is saying. So apparently you had a crush on her. I can see she was quite pretty. And in 1913, we're coming closer to us, Sammy Cahn, American lyricist, so many songs including the Academy Award winners, 3 Coins in the Fountains, All the Way, High Hopes, and Call Me Irresponsible. Yeah, was born today in the Lower East Side of New York City. Amazing song. And he is best known for his romantic lyrics to film and Broadway songs, and collaborated on each song with Frank Sinatra, Doris Day, and Dean Martin. He played the piano and the violin and won an Oscar 4 times for his songs, but was nominated for an unbelievable number of 31 times, including 3 Coins in the Fountain, which was filmed with an actress that also shared his birthday, because today is also the birthday of Marguerite Maggie McNamara, American actress born in New York City too, and just like Sammy Cahn, starred in the film The 3 Coins in the Fountain. She was an Academy Award nominated actress, but she did not want to move to Los Angeles and didn't want to pose in sexy pictures, and they wanted, as they wanted at the time apparently from actresses, so her career faded away and she spent her life as a typist in New York City. Go figure. And in 1933, Tommy Hunt, American singer with the famed in 1950 group The Flamingos, there, I never heard of them, as well as standalone, was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and turns today 87 years young. There we go. And in 1942, one of our favorite, Paul McCartney, was born in Liverpool, England, and turned 78. In 1944, there is our Paul still going strong. In 1944, Sandy Posey was born in Jasper, Alabama, and turned 76 years old today. Do we have a picture, JJ? She won a Grammy for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, and apparently she appeared in many Las Vegas show with our beloved Elvis Presley. In 1972, Blake Shelton, one of my favorite country singer, there he is, handsome Blake Shelton, American country singer, was born in Ada, Oklahoma. And in 1989, Renee Olstead was born in Houston, Texas, and turns today 31 years old. Doug loves her, and by the way, he said, I don't know what happened with her career, but Doug, she's performing a lot in Los Angeles in a lot of little clubs, and there she is, beautiful Renee Olstead. And I met her actually last year at an event of Martini in the morning. And then separate from all singer on these days, an adorable mention is also the birthday of Isabella Rossellini, that was born today in 1952. There she is, beautiful. Was born in Rome, Italy, and turned 68. She is the daughter of famous actress Ingrid Bergman and Italian film director Roberto Rossellini. While she received accolades, a lot of compliments for films, she was also on the cover of many magazines and helped develop one of my wife's favorite fragrance. Doug is saying Tresor. We all love Tresor of Lancôme. She was the spokesperson for Lancôme, and Doug keeps saying that I would be a good spokesperson for Lancôme. So look at, what do you think about that? I found the pictures of her and me. I think I could be a spokesperson for Lancôme Tresor. I made it for you, Doug. I hope you enjoy it. And by the way, I have the pleasure and honor to meet Isabella Rossellini several times in Washington, and this is one of the first time I met her, maybe 7-8 years ago, and there I'm also together with two other friends, Lou Christie and Patrizio Buane, and she's an amazing, beautiful, ladylike lady. So these were the birthday and events of the day. Today also we had to say goodbye to somebody we celebrated a couple of weeks ago, Vera Lynn, the singer and British Forces sweetheart of the song We'll Meet Again. You remember, I learned it and sang it for you. She died today at the age of 103. So rest in peace, Vera Lynn. We love you and thank you so much for the music. So a lot of birthday and events. Some days it feels like we have a couple and some days we have a lot. And Doug every time say, make a selection. I cannot make a selection. I want to pay tribute to everybody. So, and those were all special people. So I see if there are Blake Shelton and friends, Chicago and Giada was my last concert in Las Vegas. Okay, nice to hear from down close. I love Blake Shelton, we all do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today my conversations with Lena Prima, the youngest daughter of Louis Prima, the legend, the man. And of course tomorrow it's Friday. Tomorrow I'm gonna be by myself talking to you, and so tomorrow we can answer questions. I see Antonio Argentieri. I want to thank you again for the nice plug-in that you had for me on that Italian conversation you had yesterday. And if you guys want to watch the video, it's full in Italian of the interview, but you can go on one of my pages and Antonio shared it there. So thank you, Antonio. Grazie, Antonio. JJ just put the pictures of Close to You. Yes, it's getting closer. The date, June 26, live stream at 12 p.m. and one at 6 p.m. together with my friend Daniel Emmett. We're going to have rehearsal this afternoon actually with the whole band. And the big news that I shared yesterday and I'm so happy to share again today, the link, when you purchase your ticket, you can watch it for the next 24 hours. So you can buy both shows and watch one night and the other one the night after that. So go on thespacelv.com and purchase both tickets. Shows are different. You're going to have fun and love. I want to thank you all for the shares of this video. Keep sharing and for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to bring all my friends here on YouTube. So I hope that I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow here on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and Periscope and all of them. But please let everybody know that we are on YouTube, because soon we're going to be starting to sing again and we want to be all together on YouTube, youtube.com/Giada Valenti. Ragazzi, what can I say? Thank you for being with me. I'm going to be reading all your comments and your messages. And I want to thank you all for being with me. Tomorrow I'm going to be alone, so I'm going to be sharing stuff. If you have pictures of you cooking my recipe or wherever, send it, and tomorrow I will share it with everybody. Un bacio, un abbraccio e ci vediamo domani. Ciao, da Las Vegas is Giada Valenti e ci vediamo domani. Ciao, grazie di cuore.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.